Hey everybody, PB here, and I'm on day 9 of no nicotine. Now, I've been uploading shorts each and every day, usually 2 a day, sometimes just 1, but I've been chronicling my journey to quitting nicotine, and it's been pretty cathartic, I want to say. It's been a hard 9 days for sure, for what started out as really addictive substance. You don't want to mess with nicotine. If you've never got into it, please don't start. But the first few days where I quit, I was really jumpy, anxious. I didn't really know what to do with myself other than exercise. And I was breaking like exercise records for myself while I was on those first few days. And then after the nicotine left my body, on the latter half where I'm at now, it left me feeling extremely lethargic and tired. However, today's been a lot better for that. I don't feel quite as tired. I feel actually pretty energized and alert. I'm starting to think more clearly too because the past few days I've had brain fog, as they claim on the websites that I've been reading about. Recovering from nicotine addiction, and you can't really think too clearly while you're recovering for the first couple weeks, honestly, and maybe even more. But I think I'm starting to get over the absolute worst of it, and the second week is going to be a big milestone, and that's going to be just something I'm really proud of. So I've just been thinking to myself lately that it's not easy to do this, and I want to support anybody who's going through the same thing, and I really want to thank everybody who's been extremely supportive to me as I go through this and get a little bit better, get healthier day by day. So it's been pretty good with your guys' help and my girlfriend's help, Miss Arcadia. I'm so lucky to have her in my life, and you guys too. Whenever you comment, it just means a lot to me. So I really thank you, and it just got me thinking. All this, all this thinking about addiction, and I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos that go over addiction and all the different types too, because it's not just nicotine that we're dealing with here in the modern world. People are saying like Gen Z's brains are fried, with Skibbity Toilet and all this other garbage that they're intaking, TikTok, whatever. But honestly, our brains are just as fried, if not worse, because we have multiple points of addiction. It's just trying to get their claws into us every single day. One of them being nicotine, others being like weed, alcohol, other harder drugs, which I hope to God you guys aren't getting into. Please never ever touch any of those. Anything that I'm listing, please stay away from. But it's just kind of crazy how we have all of these factories of addiction in our lives in the modern world, and it's so easy to access for just about anybody, not just adults. Now, we are definitely priming our youth to be little addict goblins whenever they're older, because their attention span is short with all the TikTok stuff. But I mean, it's going to be worse whenever they grow up and they have all these things that we are dealing with now, as millennials and even Gen Z. And I'm just thinking that everything is so engineered to be extremely addictive now, and it's just sad. Nicotine's really bad. Weed's another one that people say that it's not so bad and it's even healthy, but I disagree. I think that it clouds your mind and it puts you in a sedative sort of hypnosis. Not to say that you can't get anything done. I mean, there's a lot of functioning potheads out there, and I just think it inhibits your full potential. It really doesn't let your mind go as far as it should, because whenever you smoke that stuff, you don't even get REM sleep. That's when your body heals from, all kinds of different things that it needs to heal from. And it's it's just like, it's not physically addictive like nicotine, but it is psychologically addictive. And that's just a problem, because that's like two right there. That's two things that you're ingesting. And a lot of people have this issue where they need to smoke in order to start their day, or like, before dinner or after eating, something like that. And it just becomes like a habit, but it's more than a habit. It is an addiction, psychologically. And if you try to quit weed versus nicotine, it's easier to quit, I would think. And because nicotine's just like chemical dependency. That stuff, like what I'm going through right now, it's not good. But those are just two examples that I wanted to mention right now. And I'm just trying to think, I'm thinking of more, like even going in as far as to say is like video game addictions, because that's another addiction that is just kind of taking a lot of time away from our young men, that they could be doing a lot more with their lives when they're young. And I fell victim to that too. And it's not, and it wasn't as bad back in the day whenever I was like a teenager playing like Halo 2. And of course, World of Warcraft was a big one that I personally regret playing so much of. So that was like one of the starts. Not that I'm blaming it, not that I'm like regretting playing it. I just regret playing so much of it, because I could have been exercising. At least I should have been exercising while I was like playing that game. But nobody encouraged me to exercise whenever I was a teenager. My family just kind of let me eat as much as I want, as many Hot Pockets as I want, all this processed crap, and just, sent me away to karate class maybe twice a week for like 45 minutes a session. And that didn't get my heart beat up or anything to an extent. But what I'm saying is, nowadays, video games are even more engineered to design. They're designed to get you addicted with all these casino tactics, loot boxes and all these like fake dopamine hits with progression and like I don't know how to say, like a skill based system. What am I trying to think of? Battle pass. Yeah, the idea of a battle pass for every single game, where you pay even more money, because the idea is just to get you to spend as much money as possible on pixels and dopamine hits. And it's not the good kind of dopamine. It's not like back in the day where you played Super Mario Brothers 3 for like a couple hours and you beat the game and you go do something else. No, this is like, there's video games where, and there's so many now that are just pining for your attention and money, to the point where I'm so disillusioned from it. From once, I loved the hobby back previously, but nowadays I really just kind of get sick to my stomach when I open a game and it's trying to sell you so much crap that you don't need, and that I don't think anybody should have like any kind of right to. Well, okay, you could buy it if you want, but I'm saying, is it really a good idea to spend like $40 on a Nicki Minaj skin in Call of Duty? No, I think it's ridiculous. And it's getting even worse. These AAA devs know exactly what they're doing, and they know why they're doing it. Just as the same reason as these, cigarette companies are doing what they're doing. They're trying to get you addicted to stay as long as you possibly can, to get these dopamine hits that they provide that aren't really worth anything. They don't really lead anywhere. All this all these video game companies are just trying to get you to spend money. And the more money you spend, the more power that they get. And it's really disgusting, honestly, just seeing these loot box mechanics and how they try and just how they do get all these kids hooked on the chance of unlocking some skin that isn't worth anything. I mean, it might be worth Steam credit if you get some like Team Fortress 2 item, but that's another thing. Another thing I sincerely regret in my past 10 years, maybe more, is buying all of these Steam games that I'm never gonna play. And the ones that I did buy, I really just, I'm not gonna play them. I've grown disinterested in them. It just kind of makes me feel sick whenever I think about how much money I spent on my Steam collection. That who's gonna care about that? I don't even care about it anymore. I mean, I still like playing some games, but it's just you can't let that stuff get a hold of you like that. I mean, I'm 34 now. Well, I'm going to be 34, so I really just have more aspirations to just go out and do something else and try and live my life outside. Of course, it's, you know, cold out right now and there's not much I could do, but I've been supplementing a lot of that with exercise. I exercise every single day, and that's good for you. I recommend getting at least 20 minutes of exercise, guys. Please, please, please. I'm telling you right now, the biggest thing I regret is just not being disciplined as a teenager or a young adult and just letting myself get to a really bad weight. So I'm very proud of myself actually, because I'm down to a weight where I don't want to lose anymore, and I'm able to adjust my exercise routine now, because I used to do like 120 minutes a day. I mean, most of the days, never skipping. Now I'm trying to do like 60 so I can maintain my weight. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about these addictions and how they're really, really bad, and how they're so prevalent throughout our modern day society in America or in the Western countries. I mean, it's really not good. And I urge you guys to not get into anything like that. Keep in moderation. Please just take care of yourself before you indulge in any kind of, like, I don't know, fake dopamine hits, which I just be very careful, okay? That's all I'm saying. I don't know exactly what the limit is, but I know my limits now. It's different for everybody. And there's just so many more too. I could list more. I could list energy drinks. That's a bad one too, because especially if you're in combination with a bunch of other drugs, because energy drinks, I would consider it a drug, just not like an illicit one. It's still bad for you though, but like, just consider it, you wake up, you drink an energy drink, you're all hopped up, and then you're like, I'm so anxious, so you want to smoke weed or something to calm down. And there it is. There's the addiction chain right there, or weed or alcohol. Alcohol is like, I'm so against alcohol, guys. I really don't ever suggest trying that, or it's really not worth it. It's just it's really dangerous too. So that's all I really had to say for right now. I don't want to go on too rambling. I don't want to ramble on too much. I'm not going to edit this, so I do apologize if I'm a little rusty here, if I sound a little repetitive. And I mean, YouTube's gonna send this to the Shadow Realm anyway, because they don't, if you want to talk about addiction and how to quit things and how to live your life better, YouTube will bury you. So appreciate any likes that you guys provide. It helps me, and I'm just here trying to talk just real sense, real experience. And if you guys have any comments, let me know below. Tell me your stories if you quit something, if you want to quit something, if you feel like you have an addiction and you know it in the back of your mind and you want to stop. Please share it in the comments. I'd be delighted to read it and respond to you guys in a short. So I'm just here for people who are searching for more hope, because I should still show up in the search bar, but the algorithm is going to screw me over. So that's about it, guys. Please just stay healthy and be very careful what you put into your body and what you do with your brain, because you could protect your brain, you could protect your body, and I really think that everybody on this planet deserves to not be a little addict goblin, and be a slave to chemical dependencies and just fake dopamine hits. So I will upload more shorts and videos. I like blogging like this. I like just saying what's on my mind. So again, thank you. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.